India World Cup squad. So I'll read out the team. Rohit Sharma, Hardik Pandya, they've named their vice-captain.
It's good to see that Mumbai Indians, that terrific side, are providing so many players for...
In leadership as well.
Yeah.
And as you and I always love, Dan, the vice-captain being announced is one of our favourite things.
Oh,
for how few teams ever worry about it.
Yeah, and who is the vice-captain?
Hardik Pandya.
Oh, hello.
Yashvi Jaiswal, Virat Kohli, Surya Kumar Yadav, Rishabh Pant, Sanju Samson, Shivam Dubey, Ravindra Jadeja, Akshar Patel, Kuldeep Yadav, Yuzvendra Chahal, Arshdeep Singh, and Jasprit Bumrah. And Mohammad Siraj. So those are the players in the Indian World Cup squad. They have 3 spinners that all spin the ball away from right-hand batters that they cannot possibly all fit into the same.
Yeah, so they've got Akshar, Ravindra Jadeja, and
Chahal. So if you play Chahal, how do you play your left-arm finger spinners?
So Kuldeep's not there?
So Kuldeep is in the side. He'll be automatic.
Yeah.
But they've got 4 spinners,
yeah,
of which three of which all do the same thing. I know they're different kinds of spinners.
So are they thinking? I mean, what do they know about American pitches?
Because that's not America they're worried about.
It's
the West Indies.
Right.
So I understand the 4 spinners. I'm not against the 4 spinners.
A couple of things on that Indian squad.
Yeah, I want all of your knowledge on it.
Well, so one is Avesh Khan is the standby quick, and Sandeep Sharma has been amazing in this IPL. They're meant to be doing it on IPL form. Sandeep Sharma is bowling in all the most difficult phases. He's bowling to set guns at the end. He's bowling to set guns in the middle. And he's bowling in the power play, and he's bossing it.
Who would Avesh Khan replace in the side? He doesn't do what Mohammad Siraj does. He doesn't do what Jasprit Bumrah does. So who is he actually replacing if they have an injured Singh?
He's just somebody that got some wickets in the IPL a couple of years ago. That's what he is.
As you said, Sandeep Sharma is a better bowler than him. He should be in the side.
In all phases.
And T Natarajan has been the best death bowler, right?
And they're both bowling great right now. So how is Avesh Khan ahead of them?
What about Arshdeep? How do you feel about Arshdeep being in the lineup?
No, because
they're picking him on form from previous years.
I love Arshdeep, and I thought he was quite good in the last T20 World Cup, but he's not bowled very well in this IPL, and he's not been trusted to bowl his death overs for Punjab. And if you're not getting your death overs for your franchise team, what are you doing starting for India? There's someone missing there in the Indian attack, which is why they look a bit short to me to win the World Cup. So
they're 3s to win the World Cup at the moment.
Yeah, you can't even get 3 to 1. They're 3.8 or something.
Is it Skybet has a bet boost on
England?
Is it 7s or 5s?
Something like 11-2 England.
Yes,
that's quite a good price. England to win the World Cup, because every team has got weaknesses. India's is their pace bowling that isn't Bumrah. We know that. We've watched this whole tournament. And they've not picked the 2 next best pace bowlers in this Indian pacers in this tournament.
England have gone full Sunrisers, haven't they?
Which I love. Yeah.
They've essentially gone.
With Jofra,
our top 7 can all smash it everywhere.
Yeah. But with Jofra, so if Jofra's fit,
yeah,
that's a big difference, isn't it?
If the good Jofra plays for England, 11-2 is a mad price.
Yeah.
I have no idea how fit he is, and I'm not going to start about how they've bowled him into the ground in losing Test matches to get him to this state. Another thing about India. Rinku Singh has not managed to make the squad. He averages 89 in his T20 international career at a strike rate of 176. And his recent form is 69 not out off 39 was his last game. 69 off 39 not out. 68 not out off 39 against South Africa. He's basically failed twice in 11 knocks. How on earth is he not in the side? He hasn't had many goes in this IPL because he's playing for a crazy team that are only giving him 5 balls at the end, because Narine keeps scoring 100 every time. And literally impossible.
Where would he bat for India?
Finish.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the big. So the spin is the first question, right? You've got 2 left-arm finger spinners. You can only play one of them in the side, and then if you want to play Chahar, you're hoping you're going up against a lot of right-handers to begin with. Then you get to the point of their finishers at the moment are Hardik Pandya, Ravi Jadeja, or Akshar Patel, right? None of those guys are smacking the ball at the end, right? Shivam Dubey, maybe they can try him at 5 or 6, which will make that a little bit better. But that causes other issues when it comes to bowling and everything else.
Does it don't have an impact substitute yet?
Yes. Sanju Samson is, again, not someone who can do that job. So the player who can... He's in the squad.
Oh, he made the squad, did he, in the end?
Yeah. So he's the backup anchor in a team that has 2 anchors in the starting 11. You see where I'm going?
Yeah. I mean, look, I was absolutely horrified by the way they played in Australia, and I think the semi-final against England was one of the most remarkable displays I've ever seen of India being happy with 169, 170 at Adelaide. This was a team playing T20 from 6 years ago. It was also a team of players who'd never played T20 cricket outside India. So they had no real appreciation for what the conditions were like.
Yeah.
They were playing against a bunch of guys who play all around the world. And England knocked off that 170 odd. You should have seen the Indian press pack was absolutely over the moon at halfway stage, because India had scored 60 odd in the first 10. And then I think it was Hardik got some runs at the back end. And so they'd got something like 60 odd off the last 4.5 overs.
Yeah, it was Hardik,
Indian press pack, delighted. We've got way too many for the milk toast, lickspittle, imperialist, colonialist swine that are the English. They stand no chance. Unfortunately, the lickspittle, milk toast, imperialist swine won with 4 overs to spare and 10 wickets. I mean, it was just indicative of the way India hadn't read the memo.
Yeah. And do you know what's really interesting?
And this squad, by the way, just reminds me of the same mistake being made.
Yeah.
Well, and they don't need to make a mistake because they've got so many brilliant players that could push the boundaries of T20.
But what's really interesting is, so we've just done a big piece up on cricket8.com, so you can find it up there, which is about the different leagues, right? So the IPL is the best batting league, right? And since the PSL went to Pakistan, it has become one of the best batting leagues, right?
Good pitches.
The Blast has always been a pretty strong batting league, right? And then you got the Big Bash and the CPL, which are bowling leagues, right? So you look at all that and you go, India had a World Cup in the UAE, right, which was a bowling league. They had a World Cup in Australia, which is a bowling league, and they've had a World Cup and they've now got a World Cup in the West Indies, which is another bowling league, right? They are a batting team who doesn't maximise their batting, and then they pick defensive bowling options, right? So I like the Chahal selection because at least they're saying to themselves, we have to get some wickets, right?
Yep.
Which is more than fine. But you look at that team and you're like, they're not trying to bowl you out and they're not trying to bat you out of the game. So how is Team India trying to win any games in these tournaments? They're basically trying to do it by being more talented, which works all the way through to the semi-finals.
Well, they're also kind of relying a lot on everybody being spooked by Virat Kohli and Jasprit Bumrah. And everybody should be spooked by Jasprit Bumrah, but I don't think other teams particularly spooked by Virat Kohli.
Not anymore, no. Well, that Adelaide one was a perfect example of England. We've got a strategic timeout here, but England essentially said, if that's the way they're going to bat, we will chase this, which is, you should never be in a position like that. Remember, you can email us live at cricket8.com. I'm Jarrod Kimber. He's Daniel Norcross. He's still Rob Barron, and we'll be back in a few moments.